Did you know over 66% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and nearly 40% of them cannot afford even $1,000 of emergency fund? Almost half of the population in the United States feels like they are broke. At the same time, when you open any social media, people have a glamorous life. They are going out, they are going vacation, they are going to party. You feel like you're broke, or you realize that everyone's life is better than yours. And this realization is not unique to you. This realization is very common. So the question comes, are you financially healthy? And how we will determine whether we are financially healthy or not. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 different points that you can tick mark and realize if you are doing financially well or not. So before you start this video, I would highly encourage you to take a pen and paper and check mark each of the point. And if you don't have pen and paper right now, take any text editor on your phone and check mark each point. So let's get started. Number 1, are you spending less than you earn? Warren Buffett have rightly said that do not save what is left after spending, but rather spend what is left after saving. Are you in that game? If you are spending less than you earn, you can check mark this point and you are doing it all right. But unfortunately, almost 66% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and 40% of them cannot afford one emergency. People are spending lavishly. You can see on social media. According to the studies conducted by LendingTree, unfortunately, every household have an average debt of $7,276. So people are spending more than they are earning. If you are spending everything or you are spending more than you earn, somewhere you are creating some sort of debt, and that is not good for you. So I would encourage you to go on budget. There are so many apps that can help you track your spending, like Mint, YNAB. I encourage you to go and track where are you spending money extra on. Is it your lifestyle inflation? Is it your status gain? Let me know in the comments below. A lot of people, to impress others, they act like they are very rich, they are very generous among their friends, their family, and unfortunately that leads them to debt, which make them feel like broke. So the 2 key points I would suggest you at this point is you have to do self-improvement, you have to spend money on yourself to increase your income, and second, to go on budget. So overall, I would encourage you to track your budget and make sure that you are not spending more than you earn. And if you are spending less than you earn, then you are good. You can tick mark this point. Now the second point, do you have emergency fund? According to the research done by US News, 40% of Americans cannot afford $1,000 of emergency, and nearly 66% of people live paycheck to paycheck. So both category people cannot afford emergency at all. Unexpected expenses happens. This is life. On other day, I had AC not working, and to call someone technician to charge me $1,000, and this can happen to everyone. Emergency happens. You don't decide what will happen to you. So if you are someone who have saved up 3 to 6 months of your expenses, then you are good and you can check mark on this point. But if you are not, you need to start saving money. I would highly encourage you to open one high yield savings account and start putting auto deduction of maybe $25 a week or $50 a week going to your high yield savings account, and with time it will increase, and it will increase to the point where you have 3 to 6 months of emergency fund saved up. And if you don't have, that's not good for you. And having an emergency fund also makes you feel confident. Why I say that? Suppose if you are working somewhere and if you lose your job, you will be highly devastated. But at the same time, if you have emergency fund, you have a window of 3 to 6 months where you can stand back on your feet. You will feel much more better. Suppose if you have family and your kids went sick, in that case, where you will go for help? It may cause you a lot of expenses. So I will highly encourage you to start saving money for your emergency. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. So start now. Number 3, are you investing in the future? Why is it important? Inflation can eat away all your savings, but at the same time, if you are investing, your money can grow and build over time. The reality is 62% of Americans invest in the market, which is great, and S&P 500 have given a return of 10.13% since 1957 on an average. So not investing is like leaving money on the table. Even a small contribution of $100 a month can become hundreds and thousands of dollars over time, and that's the power of compounding, and that happens in the market if you start investing. So if you are someone who is not investing money in the markets, I would highly encourage you to open a Roth IRA account and start investing. I have made a dedicated video on which all funds you can start investing on. So check out the link above and you will be able to see which index funds can be good for you in this present market. Now getting back to topic. So if you are someone who is investing in the future, then you can check mark this point as well. But if you're not, then you need to take some action. Start investing. Trust this process. Compounding is eighth wonder of the world. Don't leave it on the table. Make sure that you are saving for the future. Number 4, are you managing your debt wisely? You might have heard about good debt and bad debt. What are good debt and what are bad debt? If you have any debt which is nearing the inflation rate, then you have a good debt. But if you have some debt which is highly above the inflation rate in your country, then it is a bad debt. For example, credit cards. Mortgages are considered good debt because over time your value of your house increases, and at the same time you have this benefit of investing in your house. The interest rate is not a lot higher than the inflation rate. The reality is United States have $1.21 trillion of credit card debt, and credit card on an average 20% to 30%, and it is highly skewed between 27 to 30% of interest rate, and that's a scary number. So if you are someone who have credit card debt, trust me, that's the worst debt that you can have. So clear them out. Even if you have to take personal loan, take it and cut your credit card. Don't use them again, because if you have accumulated credit card debt, it means you are not good with spending. There are various ways in which people pay off their credit card. You can use different methods like avalanche method, snowball method. Snowball method is where you pay off the smallest debt first and then think about the other debt. In avalanche method, you carefully examine and think about, okay, I'll pay off the high interest rate debt first. I would encourage you to use snowball method to pay off your debt with the smallest number. You will feel accomplished that, okay, I pay off one debt, and then you will move to the other debt and you will continue to pay off all your debt. The thing I want to encourage you is to first not create any debt with high interest rate, and if you have already created, try to pay it off, and then only you can feel yourself that you are taking wise decision in your finances. So if you are managing your debt wisely, then you can check mark this point. Number 5, are you setting and reaching financial goals? Why it matters? A clear plan helps you ensure you're building wealth, not just working hard. According to the study by Dominic University, people who write down their financial goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. People with plan have higher chances of achieving their plan than people who don't, whether it's buying a house, reaching a net worth milestone, or early retirement. Define your goal now. So let's do this exercise. I mentioned to you in the beginning of this video that take a pen and paper before you watch this video. So if you have taken pen and paper, or if you have any text editor, write a timeline and 3 financial goals that you want to achieve and visualize them. Whether it can be early retirement, it can be a net worth, certain net worth. For example, you want to reach a net worth of $500,000 in your 401k, or you want to do some planning. So write it down, what kind of planning that you are going to pursue. Once you write it down, you have a plan. And I mentioned to you about the Dominic University studies. So 42% of you who are writing it down are likely to achieve them, and I'm very excited for you. So if you are a person who is setting and reaching financial goals, then you can tick mark on this point as well. So now that I have discussed all 5 points, where do you stand? Are you financially healthy? Are you spending wisely, saving for emergency, investing, managing debt, and setting clear goals? If you check mark all 5 boxes, then congrats, you are doing financially well. And if you are below 3, then you need to improve your financial habits. You need to start today. You need to take some action. If the discussion today helped you in any way to think about your rich life and think about planning for your rich life, then don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.